Hey, it's the Canadian guy here. I'm out hiking today, just for a little while in the afternoon in the local Provincial Park. Brought along some of my gear and thought I'd do a quick video review of the SVEA 123R stove and also the BCB Crusader Mess Tin, which I'm going to cook some stuff up on the stove with. So first up is the SVEA 123R stove. It's been around a long while. A really old design. Certainly isn't new, but it's a classic one, and maybe that's kind of why I like it in a retro kind of way. Its weight is 19 ounces or 550 grams. It's 3.9 inches wide by 5.1 inches high. Its BTU is 4,780, so not a real hot burning stove by any means. It only uses white gas, and it boils a liter of water in 7-ish minutes. And with a full tank of gas in it, you get a burn time of about 50 minutes. So, what you got in front of you is the stove, and it's not very big. Again, it's 5 inches high, and I'll put a can of Chef Boyardee next to it there so you can get an idea of how big it is. Not very big, so it actually is kind of compact and relatively lightweight as well. On top is a cup with a little handle. Not very big by any means, but kind of handy. Just put that off to the side here. And you've got the main stove here. Burner, 3 pot supports that can go out or stay in. There's the burner there, and the windscreen does come off, so we're just going to set that off to the side for a minute. So what you see here is the fuel tank on the base, made out of brass, of course, which is real nice. The control key for the valve, which goes on there. It's got a nice little chain on it as well, so you don't lose it. And the fuel tank cap with a valve there that would blow if it got overheated. Now these stoves here, they don't need any priming, and that's what makes them kind of nice. It's the simplicity of the stove. The only moving parts really are in the valve here, so you don't have any plunger or any kind of pumping to do. It's self-priming, and so you do have to prime it a bit, and in cold weather that's where it can take a little bit longer, but it's a pretty warm summer day here, and priming will not be an issue at all in the weather today. So to prime it, what you do is, and I've already opened the cap here, but you make sure that you undo the fuel cap just to equalize the pressure in the tank. Put it back on. I've done that already. And I like to use alcohol, or methyl hydrate, or wood alcohol, as it's very clean burning. But you could use the fuel in here by opening the valve and just letting some spill out onto here in this cup that you can probably see right in there, the indentation. We want to get fuel in there for the priming, and that's what's going to heat it up. So put a bit of the alcohol in there. Won't need much today, it's a pretty warm day. Light it up. There it goes. And gonna let it burn. And right now it's heating the tank underneath, so it's gonna be pressurizing the fuel. I'm gonna run the key through the hole here in the side of this windscreen, and carefully, without burning yourself, put that back on top. And tighten it down before it gets too hot. So it's burning away right now. You can see the blue flame and a little bit of sizzling as it heats up even more. It takes a minute or so. And if I'm really quick, what I'll be able to do is as it just burns down a bit, and when I feel it's pressurized, is if I open this up, I should be able to get it. No, didn't do it. Wasn't able to light it off the priming flame, so I'm gonna have to Use another match here. And there we go. You get a real characteristic sputtering noise with these stoves and the burners, as with some of the Optimus stoves. Just going to let it kind of go low now. Don't want to get it full blast. I might blow out the flame. Pretty easy to get going today as it's pretty warm out. If it was a cold winter day, it'd take a little bit more priming to get it going, but even in cold weather, once it's going, it really does go fairly well. Turn it up a bit now. There we go. The hotter it gets, and it'll get real hot today on a summer day once that flame heats up the valve stem and the tank, then it'll really get going, and it'll definitely achieve probably that 4,780 BTUs today. Cold weather again, maybe not as good a performance. So, what next we're going to look at here will be the BCB Crusader Mess Tin. It's 6.8 inches long and 4.9 inches wide, 2.3 inches deep, and it's two pieces here. It's made out of stainless steel, and it's got a lid and the main pan here with the handle. And the lid has got a handle that slides out, and you apparently could use this as a frying pan. Everything would stick to that for sure, but in an emergency, I guess you could use that as a frying pan, or just as a lid. What I'm going to do up today is some of that Chef Boyardee there. We're going to cook it up on the Optimus, or the SVEA stove here. Shouldn't take too long today. There we go. I spread out the pot supports on the stove, and shouldn't take too long to heat up. Just keep that stirred up with the stainless. It would stick pretty easy if it got too hot. On the stainless steel. I should mention the BCB Crusader Mess Tin is 12.7 ounces as well, so it's fairly lightweight. Not a really big mess tin. You might want to use that in a survival kit, or if you're doing any lightweight kind of hiking, but certainly it's not very big, and already the stuff's boiling. It doesn't take too long. Turn that down a bit. You can see the flame's gotten bigger, so I'm going to turn it down a bit. And there we go. So it's been almost 5 minutes since I put the Chef Boyardee raviolis there on the stove. They're good and hot, as you can see, and the stove is definitely blazing away, and it's pretty warm. That fuel tank's pretty hot to the touch there. I wouldn't want to hold that long, and it's well pressurized. So as well, there it's full blast. You can see it's really going. It's got a self-cleaning needle. This model, you just turn it a bit wide open a few times and the needle will clean it out. The valve, that is, and it's pretty good. It's burning really well. The question would be, why would you want a really old design like this? Well, it's relatively lightweight. It's real simple, very few parts to break, pretty field maintainable, and it's really a cool little stove, actually, with the brass and the old design. That still works great. It's a real neat stove to use. It's not very big either. The BCB Crusader Mess Tin, nice solid stainless steel little mess tin, good for survival kit or lightweight pack if you want stainless, that is. It's a neat little piece of kit as well. So that's it. The SVEA 123R and the BCB Crusader Mess Kit. Shut that down.